This right here is quickly becoming one of Accra's newest, most exciting spots. Today, I'm taking you to Botima, one of the fastest growing areas in Accra. What makes it special? Accessibility. You've got dual carriageways leading here through East Legon, the expanding Tema motorway and an overpass connecting directly to Spintex Road, making this one of the most easily connected neighbourhoods in Accra. Today I am here at Greenwich Park by Indigo Homes and I'm about to give you a construction update. This is a project that I told you guys about last year and I'm back to give you a construction update, let you know what's selling and also give you information about various payment plan options and purchase options that you can secure with Fidelity Bank. So guys, I want you to come and see what's been happening. Now, if you remember one of the earlier videos that I've done about Indigo Homes are an award-winning development company. And this developer has built IE Mensa Park, Oyarifa Park, and we've gone to go and see them. And we're going to go back today, for those of you that haven't seen that video, to just go and see what the units are like. But this is Greenwich Park, which is being built exactly the same way that Oyarifa Park and IE Mensa have been built as well. The great thing about this one, though, is that this is actually a lot bigger. Okay, this is 270 units that are being built on this site, and you can see the men are at work. There are some units we've already sold here as part of phase one. In fact, some of you watching me right now were the lucky ones that got in early with phase one, and currently there are 9 units that have been built or are going to be built on this site. And in the next couple of months, what you're going to see is a superstructure going up by the Forza panels, and they're going to be filling in these Forza panels with concrete. Now, this is a construction process which makes this work go super fast and more efficient, right, as compared to block work. So what you can see right now is the foundation work that's being done at these units. So some of you, like I said, are the lucky owners of some of these units that are going to be ready by Q4 later this year, right? So let's see what's going on here on this site. As you can see, the men are hard at work, and now this is one block as part of the phase one part of the development. This is going to have 5 different units on there, and the 5 units are going to be made up of different typologies. In fact, there's different blocks all around. This is such a huge site, but the first phase is going to have 39 different units there. These units cover both 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. The 2 bedrooms are all terrace houses, and the 3 beds and the 4 beds are semi-detached houses, right? So with these different blocks that you can see here, in a couple of months' time, the superstructures are going to be up on this. And some of you right now are thinking, Lorraine, how are these going to be ready by Q4 this year? Because of the construction process that has been tried and tested by Indigo Homes. Now, this process allows them, like I said, to build these properties more efficiently. But the great thing about it is it means that it's actually stronger than using block. Okay, so these are concrete homes that you are getting. On this site, there is a lot of work going on, and this project is going to have so many different amenities, right? There's going to be a boulevard walkway, there's going to be a clubhouse, a swimming pool, a multi-purpose court as well. Just so many different things that not only bring the family together, like a children's play area, but really the opportunity for you to just feel like you're having a community. Now, the great thing about the Botima area is that it's child-friendly, it's family-friendly, the roads, the infrastructures are great, and I think living in an area and a community like this really does elevate that kind of living experience as well. So this project actually broke ground in December 2025, and we're just a few months in from that. You can see the amount of work that has been done. With this foundation, a lot of work has been done to ensure the quality of these units, right? What is being done right now, for example, here at this block, the foundation is pretty much done. But what happened is that they had to test the sand, test the hardcore, which is this material here that you're seeing here, test the steel as well. They're also going to be testing the concrete once the walls have been casted and the roof has been casted as well. So everything has been done just to make sure that there is high quality in this development. And also once they've also laid everything down, there will be compaction testing done as well. So this is really because Indigo Homes are renowned for quality with all of their units, and you see that when you go and visit Oyarifa Park, which we're about to go and do shortly. So all of this is part of the construction process that allows Indigo Homes to build with speed and also efficiently, with 34 homes that are due for handover by Q4 2026. Now, the full development itself will be completed within the next 5 years. So those of you that are looking to get in, there are special phase 1 offers available right now. And if you stay tuned to the end of this video, I'm going to show you not only how you can finance your property, buying it through Fidelity Bank with a mortgage and other options as well, but also how you can secure your unit and pay in installments over the duration in which this property is being built. So 5 years you pretty much have to buy it, but you also, by the end of this video, you're going to get a promo offer, guys. So if you want to know exactly what these units are going to look like when they have been finished, let's head over to Oyarifa Park to see what Indigo Homes have built before. So we're here at Oyarifa Park, and I want you to come and see what it is like inside, because these are the exact units and the exact layout that you would get at Greenwich Park. Come and check it out. So the units at Greenwich Park are starting from just $170,000 with my early bird offering. But I want you guys to come and see what you're getting for that money, because honestly, unless you see it, you're never going to believe it. So we've had an amazing opportunity to check out this model home, and this is exactly the kind of finishing that you can expect if you were to secure your unit at Greenwich Park. Now, this is an opportunity for you to buy these units off plan. And so there are several different ways in which you can secure your unit. So that's the reason why today we're having a conversation with Miss Anne from Indigo Homes, and you are overseeing sales and marketing activity at Indigo Homes. Yes. And we also have Mr. Razak, who also oversees the mortgage options available at Fidelity Bank as well. So we're going to have a conversation just so that you can understand the various options available to you should you want to secure, which I'm sure you will, a unit at Greenwich Park. Now, Miss Anne, thank you so much for joining me today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Now, can you just share maybe also a little bit briefly about your role at Indigo Homes and anything you want to share briefly about Indigo, and then also just some of the payment options available as well?
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. Thank you for being our ambassador as well. So I'm the commercial director at Indigo Homes. I oversee the sales and marketing aspect of the project, as well as customer experience and customer journey, which is the most important thing for us. At the end of the day, we say that we build homes and communities you will love to live, and that's what we always look at delivering with all the Indigo Homes communities. So with Greenwich Park, we have 3 ways in which one can pay. And why we have these 3 ways is because we think of each and every person who has a dream to own a home, that we don't leave them behind.
Right.
All right. So we are looking at this person who has a lump sum amount, either they're retiring or they've gotten their bonuses, or some investment somewhere has matured, and they have this amount and would want to invest in real estate. And therefore, that's someone who will come and pay cash. They pay 90% upfront, and then the rest of it, the 10% they'll pay as they come to inspect their home. So for this person, we give them an incentive of 10%, about between $10,000 to $13,000.
So if they pay cash, they can get a 10 to 13% discount. Is that how we say, or incentive?
So with this person who pays 90% upfront, end up saving between $10,000 to $13,000.
I see. Okay.
Yes, so it's a good saving for them. They pay upfront, and then at the end of the project, or at the end as we finish building their home, they do not have a big investment or a big cash liability that they need to put down. It's just a 10%, and they get the keys to their home.
So the first way in which you can secure a unit is by cash payment, by paying 90% upfront, and then you get an incentive of about $10,000 to $13,000 off your unit. Okay.
Correct.
So what's the second option for you?
So the second option, and I must say this is where most of our buyers look at. They look at where they're paying slowly towards the ownership of their home.
Okay.
So someone has a plan that in 2, 3, 5 years, I'd like to have a home. I do not have that money up front, but I can pay slowly towards that home. And therefore, what these people do is they deposit 25% of the value of the house, and the rest of it we sit down with them and discuss, how do you see yourself paying the balance? And so we spread it across a period of time.
Okay.
So some will do 13 months, others will do 2 years, 3 years, the others will do 5 years. And therefore, with that, we work out, we do a calculation for them, we do the payment plan for them, and then we choose a unit in the phase that will be ready as they finish their payment.
Okay.
So if you're looking at 3 years, we are looking at maybe phase 2B or 3A. We will choose a unit there, and slowly we can pay towards that home. If you're looking at 5 years, then we'll choose a unit at phase 3C, and therefore you can pay slowly towards that home. So that's sort of like you're buying off plan. You're enjoying the best prices, because this is the best prices. We've just broken ground, so these are the best prices ever. And you're not.
Oh well, some people. What do you know? What actually? Yes, because we've sold some already. And they got in very, very early. So it's not the best prices ever, is it? Because there are some of my clients. You know who you are. You came in early, right? So some people have missed our very, very super early bird offer. But we're extending it to you. But unfortunately, you've missed out on the very, very good offer.
True.
But now this is, at this moment in time, the best offer you could get.
Yes, it can never get better than this. It can never get better than this. Yes, the people who came before groundbreaking, they got super good prices that I don't even want to mention, but they got really good prices. And Lorraine, what that means is someone is paying for 24 months, but they're getting a price that's maybe $10,000, $13,000 below what the price is today. And someone buying today and paying for a phase 3C house, or paying over a period of 5 years, will still enjoy really good prices at no interest, and they will have the time to spread out their payment over a period of time. So I say the earlier the better. The earlier the better.
So the second option is the payment plan option, indeed. And what's the third option?
So the third option, and that's why we have Abdul Razak with us, is the mortgage option. Again, quite popular, both the local and diaspora, because the good thing is the bank is able to give a mortgage to the diasporas as well. And it's where you just pay 20% to us, and then the bank takes you through the approval processes. And once we get a facility letter from the bank, we will build the house, hand it over to you as the bank pays us the rest of the amount. So I say that's sometimes, other than cash, this is the fastest way to have your house, because someone planning to have a house today and has 20% in their bank account, they can actually buy into our phase 1, which will start being delivered in September. So someone can pay 20% now, talk to the bank, Fidelity Bank. Fidelity Bank, by September, they uptake the loan and you get your house. There you go. It works really well.
Indeed. So we've matched the mortgage company, the developer, and me as your broker to bring you this amazing offer. Mr. Abdul Razak, thank you also for joining us today as well.
Thank you for having me.
We have seen Fidelity's been in the market for a very long time, right? So it's no wonder why you've partnered as well to allow for people to buy into owning a home at Greenwich Park. So how can you help the diaspora and the community out there to secure a unit at Greenwich Park?
No, thank you. Thank you very much. And Fidelity Bank is always available to support your dream. And we want to also help in financing your dream. So for anyone that is in the diaspora who wants to acquire any of the properties at Greenwich Park, now Fidelity has made it available for us to finance up to 80% for you, and you will then be expected to make an equity contribution of 20% to the team, and then we'll finance the rest. We'll spread it for a maximum period of 15 years, and then you don't need to hold it for the entire 15 years. Now, when you have a windfall within the period, you can use it to reduce the facility. So even though if a 15-year facility, you can finish paying within 5 years, within 7 years, within 10 years. That possibility is available. And for the diasporans, we have opened our door large and wide. Either you want it in USD or you want it in pound. Now, Fidelity Bank can support you with such a mortgage facility.
So that's great, but generally, you know, what are some of the interest rates? So you mentioned there's a facility for USD, for pounds, for euros, also cedis. Generally, across all those three denominations, what are the various interest rates somebody can expect?
Okay, thank you. With Greenwich Park, and what it is that we have a special rate for all our customers, both in the diaspora and those that are resident in Ghana. Now, we are saying for anyone who is interested in buying any of their development, currently we have a best offer of an 11% for anyone who wants in USD. So those in the diaspora, if you want to take a mortgage here, we are saying that we'll give it to you at 11%. And better still, if you come early, you even get a special rate or discount on the 11% that we are offering. Then anyone that is resident in Ghana who is a cedi earner and want to also buy from Greenwich Park, now we are saying we can give you up to a rate of 14% per annum. That is the best on the market. Is
almost unheard of.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't think I've seen 14% on the cedi for basically ever.
Yeah.
You know, so you're saying for anybody who's a local and they're looking to secure a unit at Greenwich Park, this is an exclusive offer, guys, by the way.
Yeah.
Obviously coming through me. So 14% on the cedi for somebody who takes the cedi facility, and for the dollar or the pound,
11%.
11%. I don't think you'll find another an offer that would match that secure unit at Greenwich Park. So, I mean, generally, I mean, just very briefly, what would someone need to provide in order to secure a unit at Greenwich Park with your mortgage facility? Okay,
so what it is that if you go to Greenwich Park, you agree with them, they give you agree on the terms, and then they'll give you an offer letter. So you have to submit a copy of that offer letter to us, and then we will then assess you based on your earnings. So what do we need to assess you? If you're a salary earner, we need your 3-month pay slips or pay stubs, and then your 6-month bank statement. Then for anyone resident in the diaspora, we will need your credit report from either Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. And then based on that, we can do the affordability and determine the amount you qualify for. If you qualify for 80%, what will happen is that we'll then allow you to complete an application form, and then we'll do the assessment, and then we'll give a facility letter to you and then a copy to Indigo Homes. And based on that, they can then start working on your unit for you. And we will then disburse the 80% to them upon completion. Incredible. So these are 3 options and ways in which you can secure your unit at Greenwich Park. So you actually have kind of like no excuse. We've shown you the development, we've shown you the model home, and now we've shown you the payment options, the 3 different ways in which you can secure your unit. So if you are looking to secure your unit at Greenwich Park, please do get in touch and I will connect you to Mr. Abdul Razak, as well as the sales team at Indigo Homes, so that you can get in with this very, very early bird offer that we are offering you today. Secure your unit at Greenwich Park. And I'm excited. This is an award-winning development company, and we've seen what kind of work they've done at Ayarafa Park as well as IE Mensa. So this is an amazing opportunity for you to buy into one of the fastest developing areas in Accra right now. So guys, thank you so much for watching us and joining us and seeing us on this tour. And we can't wait for you to secure your unit at Greenwich Park. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in our next video, where I'll be giving you a deep dive with Mr. Abdul Razak in terms of how you can secure your mortgage. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.